I've lived with anxiety for as long as I can remember. Or maybe it's more accurate to say that anxiety has lived with me. An uninvited guest that I have inadvertently provided with free, long-term accommodation. Fed it daily with my worries and fears. And over time, it's made itself quite at home. I think it's fair to say that most of us dislike pain. And doing what we can to avoid pain is natural. For example, we have learned not to place our hands on a hot stove. And if hunger strikes, we eat to quiet the ache. When it comes to our emotional lives, however, challenges arise when we not only try to avoid emotional pain, but believe ourselves incapable of facing it. When we fear that the feelings themselves will overwhelm us or be too much to bear. Living in the times we do, it's easy to believe that we're supposed to feel good most of the time. It doesn't help that we're bombarded by images and messages telling us that happiness is just one purchase or one experience away. Whether it's a new car, a dream job, the right shoes, even a meditation course, the promise is always the same. This will make you feel better. This will make your life easier. This will make you feel whole. And because we've been taught to see uncomfortable feelings as problems, something broken in us that needs fixing, we're quick to reach for the cure being offered. But here's the catch. These so-called cures don't work for long. You may have noticed that, at best, they offer a brief distraction. And before long, the same familiar feelings return. And when they do, the cycle begins again. We reach for the next thing, seeking the next fix. The less that a behavior meets the true need underneath it, the more we find ourselves having to repeat that behavior. A distraction brings a moment of relief, but if the real need goes unanswered, we return to the same behavior again and again, in the hope that this time it will be different. This time it will be enough. It's not because we're greedy or shallow or that we don't really understand these things, but because we've been taught to believe that feeling anything less than happy means something is wrong within us. We tend to see depression or anxiety as the problem itself, when more often these are symptoms of something deeper that need our attention. what we call anxiety often begins as a reasonable response to unreasonable circumstances. Maybe we were rejected by the people who should have cared for us when we were young. Maybe work drains all our energy, leaving no space for anything meaningful in the hours left over. Maybe our wages don't cover the basics, and we lie awake wondering how we'll make it through the month. At first, these worries make sense. The world feels unsafe, and so we rightfully feel unsafe within it. But over time, each new setback or disappointment seems to confirm what we already feared. Little by little, anxiety ceases to be about one difficult moment, and instead becomes the lens through which we perceive the world and how the world will treat us. When we try to avoid the pain that we feel, it's not because we're weak, it's because we're human. Over time, the effort to push that pain away can grow into a problem greater than the feeling itself. We might fall into debt from habits that we can no longer control. Wake not remembering the night before. Or push people away before they have the chance to hurt us. In the end, it's no longer the anxiety that confines us. It's all the structures we've built to shield ourselves against it. But what if, instead of building higher walls, we learned to sit with how we feel? What if we could learn to place some distance between our feelings and who we are? Not, I am anxious or I am depressed, but I feel anxious, I feel sad. The difference is subtle, but it reminds us that the feeling is not who we are. It's something passing through, like clouds moving across an open sky. The feeling lingers for a while, but it always moves on. Life won't spare us from difficult feelings. They will come, sometimes gently, other times like a storm. But when we meet them as visitors, rather than as permanent residents, they begin to lose their control over us. And in their place, what remains is the rhythm of ordinary days, the small moments of connection, and the quiet revelation that accepting how we feel does not mean succumbing to it, that we can live through our feelings and keep going, and that that's okay. So when the next wave rises, remember, this is only a feeling. It will pass. And you are stronger than you know.